Hey entrepreneurs, it's Sam Day here from DeyTips, and as you can see from the title of this video, I'm starting dropshipping. Now, I've spoken about dropshipping a ton of times on this YouTube channel, and normally I speak about it as not really a business model that I would advocate and that I would recommend for you guys to do. So you might be thinking, if you've watched those videos, Sam, why are you changing your mind? What's happening? What's going on? Why are you now starting to dropship? Well, to kind of cut a long story short, there's two reasons why I really want to dropship. The first reason is so that I can document my journey on this YouTube channel to help some of you guys who are either dropshipping or just selling any product. I want to show you how you take a product from zero to profitability, how you go about creating your website, what things you need to think about when it comes to driving traffic and converting that traffic and getting repeat visitors. And it's one thing me telling you that, as I have been doing over the previous years, and it's another thing actually having a case study to show you. So that's what this journey is all about. I want to kind of take you guys with me along my journey of creating a completely new store and showing you how I go about marketing that and driving customers to that. And I may give away that store as well to one of my subscribers. So one of you guys who are subscribed to the channel, who are following me on Instagram, because I'm going to be documenting the journey as well on Instagram too. So I may be giving it away, or I may continue running it. I don't know yet. But it's literally just a way for me to document and to be able to provide a case study. Now, you may have seen my live with a company called Udroppy that I did recently. If you haven't seen it, I will leave a link to it in the description down below. So they are also helping me with this case study. So they're going to be helping me as much as possible. But also, when you sign up with Udroppy and you have a pro account, you actually get what they call a merchant success manager. And today I actually had my very first meeting with my merchant success manager. And that's kind of what this video is all about. It's part one of my journey with dropshipping. Now, that's kind of the second reason why I wanted to start dropshipping, was because Udroppy reached out to me ages ago, way before the pandemic hit, and they wanted to kind of work with my YouTube channel to kind of educate my subscribers about dropshipping. And literally a few weeks after coronavirus happened in China and all of the warehouses were shut down and so on and so forth. And also, I wasn't 100% convinced about the business model of dropshipping itself. And what kind of changed for me is I used to use dropshipping as a research method. You guys probably have known this if you've watched some of my previous videos about doing market research and e-commerce. So dropshipping is a great way to actually research the market. If there's a product that you want to wholesale, but you're not sure what the demand might be, you have an idea, but you want to kind of gauge how successful that product might be, then you can dropship that product for a time, even if it's at break even or at a loss even, for you to kind of determine the demand for that product and also your ability to be able to promote that product profitably. And once you see, okay, yeah, this product is generating results, it's a good product, it's working, then you can actually wholesale that product. And Udroppy, as my merchant success manager explained to me today, they have a really great model for you to kind of shift from drop shipping to having your own virtual warehouse, where you can actually increase the profitability, obviously, because you will now technically be wholesaling. And if you have a pro account with Udroppy, then you don't even need to pay for your virtual warehouse. So this means that you're basically drop shipping, but you're not drop shipping from China. So your lead time from getting your products to your customers is a lot shorter. And this can also help your profitability because people like to buy and get their products as soon as possible. So I'm now going to switch over to my meeting, my first ever meeting with my merchant success manager. And this is a meeting that you will have when you sign up to Udroppy as well. I'll leave all of the information in the description down below for you to sign up to Udroppy if you would like to join me on this journey of dropshipping. But even if you're not interested in dropshipping, but you have an e-commerce website or an online business and you want to see how to market it effectively, make sure you're subscribed to this journey. I'm going to create a playlist specifically for this journey. And this is the first video here, so I hope you enjoy.
I'm open to your questions, and I'm also looking forward to see what Sam wants to do, because I have a lot of ideas, and I'm also interested in hearing out your ideas.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Firstly, thank you for that information. Is definitely really helpful. I think some of my ideas include like creating a niche, and I haven't really decided on the niche yet. I'm gonna kind of like look through Udroppy. So I guess my first, if you have advice on this, is what do you advise people who are kind of like looking for a niche or looking for products using the Udroppy platform? What should we be kind of looking out for?
Okay, that's a really good question, and it's a very common one as well for anyone starting. The Let's say the mainstream thinking in the industry is find a niche that is profitable or that is currently in demand and find a product in that niche. Me personally, and I think I don't know how much you agree with me, but coming from a marketing background, I highly believe in the problem solution kind of approach. And when you put that in mind, you don't think niche at the first step, you think problem. And when you think problem, you think solution, i.e., you think product, and then that product creates your niche. Because once you prove product market fit with one product, you can literally build complementary products next to it under the same umbrella of brands. And with dropshipping, what you're trying to achieve at first is not to build a great e-com brand from dropshipping business model, because you can't. As said before, the risks are there. So if you want to build a really, really profitable brand on the long run, you can't accompany the business with that kind of risk like it's a huge burden. So dropshipping is made to start to validate that this product is actually gonna work. The people want it, not just I have a theory that it might work. The numbers prove to me. And then from there, we kind of like build what we spoke about before. So if you, going back to your question, I think what's really important to think of is to look around you, see what kind of daily problem that you face. For me, for example, I sit a lot on the desk all day. Back pain, neck pain is one of course, the things that accompany that. So if I think about that, I think, okay, I need something to solve that issue. I go in neck pain, and then I dig deeper and I find a product that solves that problem. And I target an audience that is similar to the struggles of me, because that's what I'm suffering from, basically. And that's how I usually suggest to my clients to find a niche. And I also usually send them we prepared internally in Udroppy a product checklist that is like what is perfect for dropshipping. And here we go through stuff such as the product should be lightweight so that you don't pay a lot in shipping. The product should have the ability to be bundled, so 2 and 3 can fit in one box. And that is for the reason because shipping is calculated in overall volumetric weight, right? And not per product. So if the weight increases, it doesn't double like the same way. So you'll save up on unit shipping costs. And then you think about stuff such as no batteries included. Of course, you can sell something with batteries, but the risk is higher because they go through certain protocol of inspection with customs clearance. And here comes our experience with logistics to highlight those stuff. If the merchant says, I don't care, I want to sell something with batteries, I can't tell him no, of course. My job is to highlight that, And liquids, of course, same procedure as batteries. Don't go with too much oversized products, so something within the range of less than 90 centimeter length, and we have the criteria in our FAQs as well. So that's pretty much how I answer the niche question, because when you tell the merchant, think about what you are passionate about, they can't sell it. If I tell them, okay, think about pets, and they've never had a pet or they don't like pets, how can they sell it if it's their first experience? Of course, if you're like really experienced e-commerce entrepreneur, you can literally sell anything at some point with a good product research and stuff. But for someone just starting out, you need to think about what you are passionate about. That's my advice.
I like that. No, no, that's good. That's good advice. Are we able to kind of look into the Udroppy platform, just to kind of like for those who kind of sign up, and even for me as well, to get a little bit more familiar with just like the different aspects, where to go, what to look out for, and so on and so forth, and as well as that, like the merchant success manager, how does that kind of work in general for everybody who registers for Udroppy? Is everybody kind of have access to one, or do they have to request access? How does that work? And also
Okay.
what role does the merchant success manager play as well?
Okay, that's a really good question. So primarily Udroppy users who are on the Pro or Platinum subscription get access to a merchant success manager. And that is basically the extra guy or girl on the team that helps handle everything related to operations and logistics. In ecom, I like to dissect them into four major departments. And those are first, store, administrative stuff, legacy stuff, accounting, all that stuff. That is one. Then you go in marketing, how to get all the traffic to your store. Then you go product sourcing, logistics, suppliers, delivery. That is one. And that is all Udroppy. And then, of course, post-purchase experience, i.e. customer support, upsells, cross-sells, and all that email automation after that. So we basically take care of one huge department to save you time and money so that you can invest more in growing your business. That is basically our mission, is to provide entrepreneurs with one tab in their platform to streamline everything. So how does it come in practice? How does it how does it apply in practice? You hook up your Shopify, you create a Udroppy account first, then you link your Shopify domain on your Udroppy account. Then you browse our catalog. If you found something you liked, you just click push. It goes to the store, to your Shopify store. If you didn't find what you are searching for, you can request for the product to be sourced. And that is by inserting some information like product name, product link, if you found it on Amazon, Alibaba, AliExpress, or wherever. And then our sourcing team will get back to you in 3 to 5 days. If we found the product, we'll tell you we found it. If we didn't, we'll give you the reason why we found it. For example, if this factory doesn't support drop shipping, it needs a minimum order quantity. Do you want to get the minimum order quantity? Those kind of stuff are communicated via the MSM usually as well. And then you got your product, right? You started ads, you started launching your campaigns, you got your first order. That order you received on Shopify is automatically visible on your Udroppy orders dashboard. With one click, you can select all orders and pay for them. You pay for the price of product and shipping. And then within 1 to 2 working days, our suppliers will provide a tracking number inside the Udroppy order dashboard that automatically goes to Shopify. And if you set up your email automation, such as, hey, your order is on its way, that tracking number goes within that email to your end customer. And if you're using a virtual warehouse instead of normal drop shipping, so you own a stock, that stock is visible to you in your Udroppy account. And once you receive an order, you are only asked to pay the price of shipping because the stock you already paid for beforehand. And that's pretty much in a nutshell how we streamline the logistics operations. The MSM's role is to follow up on daily operations. For example, I'm going to give you a little bit of the problems that I face, for example, and that you can draw out how I can support my merchants. Let's say we were selling a product really well with a merchant, and at some point that factory batch was not so good or not up to the standards. The quality wasn't really great. The communication is really quick with the merchant. We tell them like, okay, there is this problem. We're going to find a solution. We're going to find a new factory. And don't worry about anything. You don't need, for example, to pause your ads. Let's say customization requirements, all stuff related from brand, logo, what the customer really needs. Even if a fully custom product from a 3D print, we can create that. Of course, with limitations, I cannot create a refrigerator or a television. So it needs to be something realistic as well. And apart from that, I think most importantly is the fact that when you're an e-com, usually it's a solo entrepreneurship job, and sometimes it gets lonely and you need a second opinion, like, hey, what do you think of this? Like that one-on-one consultation I do as well with my merchants, that depending on the merchant requirements and availability, if they need 1 time per week, we can do a call like this one. 2 times per week, we can also do a call like this one. Everything is synced so that, for example, the merchant tells me, okay, on Friday, I'm launching my ads, I'm launching my campaigns. We know in the back end that, okay, the factory can support, there is adequate supply, there's something wrong. I communicate with them, okay, listen, there is a problem, we're gonna solve it this way. Because you can't run away from problems, right? We can't tell you that no problems will arise, but we can promise you that we will solve them. That's I think the biggest value that we provide, that we will solve them. And if we couldn't, we'll find an alternative. Because if you work alone with a supplier on any other marketplace that is designed as a B2C marketplace, not as a B2B one, you won't find that support. You won't find someone really following up on everything you're doing and knowing the insides and outsides of your business in a way such as, I'm selling this product. Hey, Sam, I know that this can go great with it. This is my suggestion as your cross sell. Okay, Karim, I didn't like it that much. Okay, what do you think of this one? That kind of stuff that is very like flexible with the merchant requirements. If that answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. No, fantastic. So it's kind of like a working together to make sure that the operations are smooth, and if there's any issues, there's someone to contact. So my question is, you mentioned like the virtual warehouse. What's kind of like, obviously, I'm sure it would differ, depending, but if someone is not doing that and they're still drop shipping, like first and foremost, like you said, to kind of like identify potentially profitable opportunities, and then being like, okay, wow, this product is selling really well. Let me go into the virtual warehouse aspect of things and purchase some products. What are some of like the, I know you mentioned some already, but what are some of like the benefits in terms of shipping time, and are there any differences in terms of profitability as well with going down the virtual warehouse aspect? And what are like the monthly costs of having products in a warehouse as opposed to drop shipping?
A very common and really good question as well that I get a lot. So as I mentioned earlier, that drop shipping is not the business model you want to carry your business on. It's just made for testing and stuff like that. So having said that, the entrepreneur must also acknowledge that the profitability ratio and how much you make profit will definitely not be the most ideal when you're in dropshipping. You're not looking to get the highest profit in dropshipping. You're just looking to see, okay, this thing works. Then to move forward in virtual warehouse, this means you're getting a lower per unit cost because you're purchasing, let's say, 500 units. And 500, if you think about it, is not so much. If you're doing 20 per day, you'll get rid of them in 25 days.
Yeah.
Like literally. And 20 per day is still not scaling. Like you're like beginning to scale, let's say. And then apart from the unit cost decrease, you have the processing speed faster. So in dropshipping, the products in the catalog are not owned by the suppliers of Udroppy, because once you receive an order, the order is routed for that supplier. That supplier purchases the product from its original source and sends it to your end customer. So that time is called lead time or processing time. In dropshipping, the products are already in the warehouse. And sorry, in virtual warehouse, the products are already in the warehouse. So usually next working day, the products are dispatched. So that's something you are winning in terms of total shipping time. In terms of the actual shipping time, so how much time it needs to arrive, here we dissect it into two things. So the part where it goes from China, then something called last mile delivery. And we cannot very much control last mile delivery, because if I'm sending products to the UK, for example, Royal Mail handles that. If I'm sending to here in Germany, DDP and DHL handle that. they're different companies, they handle their stuff differently, they also have different lead times. And in international shipping, the most costly part is this part, is the end mile delivery, because last mile delivery, because they're delivering it to your doorstep basically. Of course, notifications post-sell from our operations and logistics, we also provide that to our merchants. For example, with my merchants who have daily orders, we set up communication with their virtual assistants handling customer service, such as customer wasn't at home, please contact the customer to pick it up from the local post office. That thing, as simple as it may sound, but it really is detrimental for customer experience when an e-com brand is contacting you, telling you, hey, we know your parcel arrived, but please pick it up from here because you weren't at home. It's different, it touches you different. If I had that experience, I'll personally tell you, I'll purchase from that brand again. And then last thing you asked about the costs of virtual warehouse. Are you ready? It's completely free for Pro and Platinum subscribers. So you just need the subscription. And then we have multiple virtual warehouses. So remember when we were talking about the steps, if you're doing it from China, your virtual warehouse is from China, you're not paying any additional costs. But if you're going to use one of our European virtual warehouses, there are extra costs, such as if you're using COD or cash on delivery, such as the pallet going in, pallet going out, and definitely the shipping from Europe to Europe is more expensive than from China to US, Europe, or whatever, because you're shipping in the best service in 3 to 4 days, and it arrives to your end customer sometimes in 2. So that costs money. Depends how much your average order value and how much you're pricing your product. If it's profitable for you, we have a lot of customers going through our Italian and Spanish warehouses, and it makes sense to them because their customers are willing to pay an elite for that super fast shipping. Our next plans on the roadmap is, of course, to have virtual warehouses in the US, and we're working on that. And pretty much we're very much gonna tailor our service to suit you. We are building the service for people to use it. And how do we build it? We ask the people, what do you need? And we build it for them. So that's pretty much in a nutshell, if that answered your question.
Awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, I've definitely learned a lot about Udroppy and things that I didn't initially know. And yeah, hopefully the people, my subscribers watching this as well, have learned a lot. It's funny because a lot of the strategies I used to use as well, but kind of Udroppy kind of automates it for you in terms of using dropshipping as a way to kind of measure how well you can do with a product and then invest in more. And this is kind of a great automation way of doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward. My next step now is to build my my Shopify store and to connect a few products to it. So that was my first ever meeting with my merchant success manager. And this is the first video in a series that I'm going to be putting out on dropshipping and on how to market your products online, but not just tips, actually showing you how I'm doing it. So in my next video in this series, I'm going to be showing you my Shopify store. I'm going to be creating my Shopify store. I'm going to be optimizing it, choosing my products and so on and so forth. And then I'm going to jump on another call with my merchant success manager, getting their feedback and honest opinions on my website as well. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and click that bell notification button as well so you don't miss when those videos go live. But if you have a product or service that you would like to market online more effectively, make sure you download the formula. I cannot stress this enough. As you can see, there's a copy next to me. There's also a copy on this screen somewhere and in the description down below. So make sure you go and download that. It's completely free and it's going to teach you the fundamentals of driving traffic, leads and sales to your business online. But also make sure you are following me on Instagram, guys, at DeyTips on Instagram. I'm going to be doing some lives on there as well, speaking about Facebook ads and SEO and other marketing strategies that might really help you to push your business forward. So If you are interested in that, make sure you're following me, make sure you download the formula. But I really do hope that you found this video interesting, and if you did, then please click the like button down below and make sure you share this video with a friend. If you have any additional questions or comments, then leave them for me in the comment section. But until next time, watch some of my other great videos. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more awesome business related content. Have a great day, make sure you download the formula, and I will see you soon.